Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group for this AMS session. Today we have a project called Subava with us. Subava came through our Eagles Den and won the Eagles Den, so I'm very happy to have them back here to go in depth on the project. With that, I'd like to welcome Alihan from the team and also Blockchain Subava. He's under the project's name right now. But if you guys can start out introducing yourself, talking about your team, and giving us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Sure, of course. I'm glad to be here today. My name is Alihan. I've been into crypto space since 2019. I've worked with multiple projects, centralized exchange, decentralized exchange, as a community manager and a business development manager. At the moment, I am working for Subava Token as a community manager. And we are here today. So shall we begin?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for that introduction there. Yeah, okay. I read through your webpage and I read the story. Very interesting story. So right out the gate, if you can just talk to us about what Subava is, the story behind it, why you guys chose the snake, etc.
Sure. It's actually, there's a story behind that. Snake is actually some of the most hated or most scared animals, but we are actually have a different story behind this. So we started basically as a meme token and on the Avalanche network. What sets us apart is our strong commitment and transparency, innovation, and sustainable growth. We are focused on building a thriving and inclusive community. Our unique tokenomics model includes transaction fees, and there is also a burning mechanism, which reduces the inflation in general. So if you go to our website, you might have more information, and you can see our story. There is a small video you can watch, and I strongly suggest that you guys just visit subava.com and visit our website and learn the story behind Subava. We are actually a very small team, and most of the majority of the team members are working voluntarily here. I think we can move up to the next question.
Okay, sounds good. The story is actually very interesting. Like he mentioned there, you guys watch the video. It's actually very interesting. So the Subava is actually named after the snake. And like he's mentioned, there's snake is actually a lot of people scared of the snake, right? And I guess the snake tends to be a deadly and very poisonous snake. And so because of that, people shy away from the snake. So the snake went on and lived a very lonely life, right? So one day he went into a cage, which he got trapped behind the cage. So every day people come out and just kind of like look at the snake and, kind of behind the cage, right? Just scared of it. And the boy came and one day saw something in the snake and saved the snakes. And they became really good friends, correct? Is that pretty much the story there?
Yes, you pretty much cover the story as it's stated the key points. That's right. And through this meme token, we actually like to build a difference and help the other communities as well. And if it's okay, I would like to share our transaction fees and how our transaction fees are distributed.
Yeah, 100%. So let's move into that. So the boy and the snakes, they're on the mission to change the landscape of meme coins and to let the world know what they're about. So let's get into the details of the project.
Sure. The maximum supply of Subava token is 720 billion Subava, and each transaction incurs a 3% tax fee, which distributed like this: 0.5 is burned, 0.5 goes to the theme, and 0.5 to support marketing, and 0.5 is reflected back to the holder. So every time a transaction, you actually receive Subava token. And 1% is added automatically for liquidity. So these fees help maintain liquidity, support our marketing efforts, and ensure continuous token burning, reducing the supply over time, and potentially, of course, increasing the value of the Subava token.
Okay. Okay. So there are access in and out. 3% in, 3% out, and 0.5% is going to, I guess, reflection, right? Reflection, which is
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
it goes back, is redistributed back in proportionate to what you're holding of the tokens. So it's almost like an automatic staking. So I guess you can look at it that way, where you don't have to really stake, but you can keep your tokens in your wallet and just send back the rewards according to what you hold in your wallet there. Okay, 1% liquidity. Now I have not really dissect your chart yet. Look at the volume. How's your volume? Because when I a lot of the projects right early on, one of the hardships that I see most of the projects face is that on the early on, where there's not a lot of movement going on, but there's tax.
Right.
Especially now we have a lot of projects on Solana and Base where there's no tax, right? People, they get the market maker to ensure there's volume, right? There's activity going on. So even though you have 3% tax, 3% out, in and out, does that affect your volume at all there, uh, Halihan?
Well, yeah, that doesn't really affect our volume, but the market condition really affected our volume. When we begin in beginning of this year, we were really doing great. And there was a hype, when the Bitcoin rise from like 40,000 to 70,000, we were really doing great. But there was a slowdown period, where everybody, was kind of upset about market. So, but still they decided to keep their tokens, and even our team members, or even some of our like team members, are asking us whether they can sell their tokens, because they know that's going to affect the price, and it's bad for the future price. And in general, I can't say that it's affected our price, but our price is mostly impacted by the market.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And is your contract renounced?
Yes, 100%. We announced the contract. So actually, we had some requests that whether we can be on another chain instead of Avalanche, but since we have announced the contract 100%, we cannot do that. But we're quite happy with the Avalanche because of the transaction fees and the speed. And our contract is renounced.
Okay, okay. So even if
Yeah.
you wanted to, you cannot revise the contract at all.
No,
You cannot,
no
yeah,
chance. No chance.
contract. Okay, sounds good. When was the project launch?
It's actually we start in 2023, and we initiated partnerships and advertising deals to boost our visibility. That was in December 2023, and in quarter 1 we implemented the DAO mechanisms to increase community engagement and decision making. So making the first DAO on the Avalanche network. So basically, our users were able to decide whether, which charity that we're going to collab with, or what sort of marketing campaigns that we're going to design. And yeah, we were doing this through Discord and Telegram. And in the second quarter, we have launched our first NFT collection in collaboration with Omnichain Network, with special airdrops for NFT holders. So our future plans include solidifying our position and preparing for future growth. And as you have mentioned in the beginning of this AMA, we do have high hopes in crypto. So we believe the market is eventually going to get better. The crypto adaptation rate will increase, and we are definitely want to be a part of it in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm actually looking at your chart right now. Okay, so yeah, you guys did launch back in, but you guys didn't launch until, oh, okay, like around what, November, 20, November 2023, around
23
there.
November. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. And how was it launched? Was it a fair launch? Did you guys have a pre-sale?
We, I have joined the project about like 2 months after that. Blockchain Sabova, would you like to inform more information regarding this, the launch
Launch
process?
level.
Because
Launch. Your launch. Uh,
yeah, you
yeah.
guys were in there.
Okay. For launch, it was a fair launch. I mean, we look up for a fair market, a fair launch. So yeah, basically that one's the answer.
Okay, so it was a fair launch. So
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
did not have a pre-sale. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in the first weeks, our team like buy the tokens and burn it for the price. For the launch.
Mm-hmm.
We burn in the first chart, first beginning. It was
Okay.
25 million of Subava.
Yeah. It looks like you guys have had a pretty success launch right out the gate. I'm looking at your chart right now. It shot up all the way up to what was your all-time high?
I think it was around like 0.06, something like that. I need to check the charts right now because I don't check the price. I'm going to hold my Sabova tokens probably for a very long time. I'm not one of those guys who check the chart on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like around, I would say your market cap, I'm looking at the chart right now. I'm just guessing, but like around 800,000 market cap. Does that sound around correct there? Blockchain, your all-time high?
Hold on a second.
Because I'm looking at your price right now, and looks like your price at whatever 17 is 118 market cap currently, but your
You are asking
all-time,
market cap, right? The total
yeah, the
market cap
market
all
cap.
time high. Yeah,
No, no,
it
no, like
was 560,000.
okay, so you
Our
had a
our
pretty
all time high
successful,
market cap.
yeah, you had a pretty successful launch right out the gate there.
Yeah.
To 500. So currently right now it's at 100, 118. Okay. All right. And it was a fair launch. So if you bought in, you were still in profit no matter what. If you held your tokens from the beginning. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so the contract's renounced. 3% in, 3% out. Now, Alihan, you just mentioned that earlier when you're talking about the project. One of the things that stand out to me when you say um, transparency, community engagement, burning mechanism. I think we know all that. And you also mentioned innovation. Could you elaborate on what you mean by innovation? What does that entail?
Yeah, as I have mentioned earlier, one of our standout features is the deflation mechanism, which each transaction a percentage of tokens is burned, reducing the total supply. This actually helps to decrease the supply over time, which can potentially increase the token's value. It ensures long-term sustainability and value growth for Subava token. And apart from that, since we're using the Avalanche network provides us with high transaction volumes and low fees. We are currently listed on 2 different DEX, decentralized exchange. One of them is Pangolin and the other one is Trader Joe. But we are exploring more markets. We didn't want to go. We didn't want to be listed directly on CEX, centralized exchanges, because there's a lot of selling pressure once the token is listed. But we are still in touch with some of the major exchanges, and we are discussing how we can do collaboration. So I can clearly say, although it's the quarter 3, we are still at very early stage. So we do have some future plans and future collaborations.
Okay, so the burning is actually built into the contract, and it
Yeah,
does that, which is 0.5% up to 3% in and out, and that's for in and out, right? So the burning 0.5% is actually from the buy and the sell too, correct?
yes, that's true. So it go both ways. When you buy or when you sell, each transaction creates a burning mechanism. Helps to the deflationary system.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, man, I like the story. I watched the video, and I think you guys have a pretty good story behind Subava and the mission behind it. The kid and the snake became good friends, and now they're on mission to, I guess, change the landscape of meme tokens and go into
Yeah.
different chains to raise awareness to their story. So I think that's a good story. I really like the story a lot, man. So with that being said, though, what what is the kid and the snake are doing? What are you guys are doing? Because we
Uh,
know the meme tokens, especially with the launch, with the renounce contract, right? And the meme token, right? It's all about building a community, right? Having a strong engagement within your community, pushing the marketing out there. I know it's hard, but raising awareness essentially, let the world know what you guys are about, etc. What are you guys doing to ensure that?
Actually, in the story, it reflects my life, like for some parts, and the snake is also a symbol for my story, my back, uh, my life. So that's why we use a small reality part on the story. And by the way, when I'm speaking, I'm using translator for better communication and speech. So that's why sometimes I answers like a little bit later.
Oh, very interesting, brother. Let's hear your story. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, if the story is based off your life and your
yeah, some
story, your
parts.
personal story,
It's
some
there's
parts.
some reality parts on it,
Yeah, let's hear
and
about it. I think that's really
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and that's why we so much care about helping children and better life. And I mean, the strong community with helping children. That's why we care about a lot. That's another part of the story.
Okay, now the story. Let me ask you this though, because you said it's the story is kind of like similar to your story. But are you the snake or are you the boy? Which one is it?
I mean, obviously, I'm a child.
Okay, so okay, sounds good. So you're the person who cares, who see positivities in the world, who
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
to out
yeah.
trying to help people. Okay,
Yes, and actually, I mean, when you read the story, you can realize that positivity, being good, and helping people are one of the first mission on the project. You can just see it.
I like that. I like that. Now the story though, the story about the snake and the boy, is that based off a true story or something you guys actually wrote it yourself?
Actually, yes, the story is written, but it's contain my life on some parts. We create a story like this to show how important to helping people.
I like it, man. I thought it was like
Yeah,
based off
thank you.
like a
I
story that
appreciate
you
it.
guys. Yeah, I love the story. I thought you guys based, got the story from a book or something. But if you guys created that story, it's very simple. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of meaning. There's a lot of depth into the
Yes, yes,
story,
yes.
man. A lot of depth into the story for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the story.
Thank you.
You know what? I wish every meme coin should have like a story like that. I think that'd be awesome. I like that. I so we kind of know, right? Kind of know a little bit about why the meme coin was created for a reason. I don't know. Maybe there is some story behind it, but it's just that when you look at the meme token, there isn't really any sort of story, right? Like with hat. It's just a dog with a damn hat on it. There isn't really story behind it, right? So I think having a story is actually makes it more meaningful, more interesting, and I think it's more engaging as well. So I think good job on
Yeah,
that
I
story.
think it definitely increases the engagement rates, so people get interested in the project. But yeah, maybe it's the nature of the meme coins. I don't know, But yeah, having a story. I really like the story, by the way. I was really interested when I heard the story. So because, as we have mentioned, snake is one of the most scared animals. So people tend to stay away from snakes. But the story behind it was quite engaging.
And you can apply that into real life, right? Because it's all about perceptions, right? Even though the snake was known to be as people thought it was very poisonous and deadly, so people stay away, right? So again, it's all about perceptions, right? So therefore, the snake became very depressed and pretty much on a lonely path, right? Travel through the world by itself because nobody wants to interact with it, etc. Again, right? It's about humans' perspective, the perspective of the snake, right? And that can be applied, for in real life. We all look at things in the wrong way, right? Based off rumors that we hear, based off the media, TVs, what we see out there, right? Based off what we hear, right? So sometimes that could be wrong. And this boy here, this boy saw something in the snake and gave it a chance, right? And rescue the snake. Which to find out the snake was not deadly or poisonous at all. It's actually a very friendly snake, and they became good friends. I mean, I think that's a good story to be told out there, man. Now, my question for you is that you guys created an amazing story. I think very simple to the point, a lot of depth into the story that I think a lot of people can actually resonate with. Have you guys carry on, especially like making the graphics, or maybe thinking about continuing the story? Because you guys are a meme. Have you guys thought about that, or have you guys done that yet?
Well, I think it's a great idea, but blockchain, what do you think about this? I think the story can be continued. I think this is the
Yes,
first.
yes, yes. Yeah, it will continue actually. We just like preparing and thinking to release in time, we are just going step by step forward.
Okay, yeah,
This,
yeah.
yeah,
I
the
think you
story
can
will be
tie that
continued.
different ways, man. I think the stories you can tie the two in different ways, right? I think you started something
Yeah.
great there. The story's great, but you can tie it to a different way, right? Like you mentioned at the very end of the story there, the snake and the boys now is on a mission to let every chain
Yes.
knows who they're about, right? Now you can tie that into making sure that the projects are safe, right? Because we know in the space there's a lot of rucks going on, right? Especially with what you said about your story, you're about caring for people, helping people, right? So you can tie that
Yeah.
into the boy as being you, etc., right? But I think the most important thing for you guys is that you guys have to spit out a lot of graphics based on the snake and the boy, man. I think
Yes.
that's gonna be
Yes.
your bread and butter there.
Yes. It's for the reflects the story behind, and I mean in the yes, in the like next part of the story, the snake and child gonna build a school for you know for helping and showing the positivity of the people. And yes, in that school, like yes, in the inside of school, they're gonna name of our holders.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Um, yeah,
Basically,
I
some
have.
creating a hub for all the token holders where they can interact each other.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, you do have a good story. And oftentimes where I see a lot of projects, now I'm not saying you guys, is that, if it's based off the meme tokens, then you want to make a good meme out of it, right? Because you have to recognize that in the space, there's a lot of competitions. There's hundreds of different memes projects launching a day. And you have to think in terms of how can you differentiate yourself, right? And one of the things that developers seems to forget is that they're memes. Memes are meant to be memes. Like, right? You have a good story. Let's create some more memes out of this story, right? Continue the story about the boy and the snake. Maybe create graphics about the boys and the snake, right? On the adventures on how they're gonna change the landscape of the crypto space, right? So I feel like some of the time developers seems to forget that they just call themselves meme, but they don't really do anything behind the scenes or any sort of memes to back up the meme tokens because in reality there isn't any kind of utility really, right? We know that most meme tokens don't have utilities. So the only thing that you really have going on is that create memes, right? Create meme graphics, create meme stories, right? Uh, but I think you do have something great here, a good story to start with, which a lot of meme tokens do not have.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I think the story definitely should continue, and it's a different. Maybe we can show the different aspects of the project instead of mainly focusing on the the burning mechanism and the price, because at some point your project has to attract people, attract buzz from other communities. And yeah, that's a great idea. And we, as I mentioned, we do have a very small team and a few designers working as a volunteer. But our door is open to everyone. So if you would like to involve in our project, and if you would like to do something, if you want to be a part of it, you are always welcome. And
You
this
know,
is of course like I'm calling everybody on the AMA. So you can always visit our group, join the chat and share your ideas. So this is not like a project that where only a few people decide, but it's a community-driven project. So I think that's one of the major factors which separates us from the other meme projects.
yeah, and I, somebody just passed me the information a couple of days ago. I have not looked into it. I just heard briefly about it, but the base now, I'm not sure if actually just strictly for base only, which is the Coinbase blockchain. But I guess apparently they have this program called Summit on chain, right? So right now, what's happening in the space right now, especially the meme space, is that people create media, so like they say graphics or videos, etc. To support the project, right? So, within the community, you see like a lot of people just create graphics to support the project. But apparently, on Coinbase, now I have to look deeper into it. I don't know much about it. Somebody just passed me the info, but they created a program where, let's say, if you are part of Subava and you want to support Subava, right, and you already doing the graphics yourself, etc. Now people are able to actually mint your graphic and get paid for it, right? So it's in a sense to sum it up, you helping the project and you get paid at the same time, which is amazing. Now, I do not know the detail of it. You guys probably may want to look into it because now I'm thinking that with your story, if somebody decide to carry on the story, right, make stories out of this, not only they're supporting the project, but they also get paid from creating the content for your project as well. So it's a win-win situation. I think that's going to change the landscape of the meme tokens or in the crypto space in general. Now, again, I don't know the detail of it. That's just my assumption. That's where they're heading to. But it's going to change the space. But yeah, Alihin, blockchain Subava. I know you guys on Avalanche, but look into the program. But I don't think it's limited to base only. But I think it'd be a great way for your community to get involved and get paid at the same time.
Yeah,
Sure.
Sounds good, guys. Sounds good. So, yeah. So right now, I mean, for you guys being here at Eagles Den, right, and you guys want the Eagles Den, that show that you guys have a pretty strong community, and you're active on marketing as well. What is the plan going forward right now as far as raising awareness to the story, to this meme token?
Sure. Lakshmi, would you like to tell us about our future plans a bit?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just like we're an Avalanche network for now, but in the future we are considering to move the cross chain. We are already preparing the process.
Yeah, I would say look into base just because they have the program, and I think that's going to be huge. If you guys,
Yeah.
there's a project called Migos, right? Miggles, right? Look for that on Base Chain, and Coinbase just actually just posted about them, and that project went through the same program that I just described there. Again, I don't know much about it, but the people who participated into the project, creating memes, creating videos, etc., are getting paid a lot of money for doing so. Right now, nobody's getting paid. Right now, let's say you're part of the a community, right? And you're invested in it. You make videos, you make graphics. You do not get paid anything, but if they figure out a way for people to actually make those videos, make those graphics, and get paid at the same time. So as you can see, the incentives is huge, and that's going to change everything up here. But if you guys think of go cross chain, I would say base. Base is going to be the big thing. They're pushing really hard over there. Of course, Solana. Solana. You have all the celebrities bringing people in that they may not know even how to operate. Other chains, but they do know Solana just because it's the simplicity of it over there. So those are the two good chains to move into. And I agree. And I think just continue pushing the story, man. Because here's the thing, right? You guys recognize that you guys really don't have any sort of utility besides the burning mechanism. But that can only go so far, right? You need new buyers. You need more awareness to the story. So I think the only thing that you can really rely on right now is just pushing your great story that you have and getting the memes out there.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Sounds good, guys. Yeah, so I think it's pretty basic meme token. Again, love the story. Love the story. I think very short. If anybody has not watched the video, go watch it. I think that story is actually really awesome. I didn't think that you guys actually came up with a story. I thought it just came from some sort of stories of centuries ago. I thought you guys got from the book or something, but pretty cool story. Yeah, you guys, very basic stuff. 3% in, 3% out. 0.5% of the 3% is going to burning. 0.5% go to reflection. Very simple stuff there, guys. Anything else you guys want to speak on before we take questions?
Well, thank you for this session, and we invite everyone to join our group. As you have mentioned, anybody can involve in the project, and we reward those people who commit themselves to create something for Subava. Whether this will be a meme, this will be a video, or our sketch, anything. Yeah.
And
Blockchain, do you have any other words before we move on to the next step?
Just for now, thanks for all listeners, all people, and for an addition information. I mean, we are already agree with the coin store for listing. We already paid the listing price, listing fee, and we're just waiting to the market isn't like sustainable right now. The market situation, and we're just waiting to in the future, in the a few weeks or months, we just don't know this, but we're waiting to better market for listing in coin store.
Awesome, sounds good. You guys pay for coin store already, so that's gonna get listed on there.
Yeah, we already paid the price for listing. Probably in the September we're gonna listing in the coin store. We already all the agreements.
Awesome, sounds good. All right.
So
if you guys, thank you so much. If you guys don't have any thing further to say, I'm gonna go ahead and read off some of the questions. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Again, most of the questions that the on the banner there, 90% of it at least are usually answered during the AMA. But I'm gonna, this is a tough question here, right? And I think we might have touched on it. I know the answer to this already, but we're gonna go ahead and recap this here. The question is, what are the key features that differentiate Subava from other meme coins?
In the first reflection, and yes, and also burn, and auto liquidity, and in the plus, additionally, and honestly and being transparency in the all projects all time. Yes, and our team, even our team wallets are already written in the groups, and everybody can see it. We are believing to being like full transparency in the back and in the future. I mean, the mostly our biggest key feature is being transparent for all members and holders.
Thanks for the answer there, blockchain. All right, sounds good. Great answer. Let's go from the next one here. Maybe next time I should scope out the questions beforehand, because again, it's hard to scope out because again, 95% of the questions get answered in the AMA. So, let's see here. Okay, so here, let's say, what is the roadmap for Subava's future development? And I know this is a meme token, but you guys, I think what she meant by that, or he meant by that, is pretty much I guess the marketing aspect of it, right? Or if you have any future development plan for the project.
You're asking for our the future roadmap, right?
Yeah. What is on the roadmap for Subava? Specifically, the question is, what's Subava's future development, if there's any?
Yeah, there's also another different developments, and in the back, we always like, how can I say, it's like we always do it when we say something. We always do it in the right time, and in the future we're gonna do it same. And in the future, first, we are already making agreements for like the clothing brands and Subava collection within a company for Subava collection. And in the when we make the profit for it, we're gonna use it for burn Subava tokens, and for liquidity. We're gonna use it for this. And the second, we are already making and thinking, considering for release a game. Yeah, a snake game.
Okay.
Because
okay.
all things are chaining with the snake. Yes, it's like a duel against an opponent, an enemy, like that in the game. We are just considering and making this game already. Those are the next developments, like additionally. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that answer there. Okay, so you guys do have a few things planned for the future as well. All right. I'm gonna take one more question, okay, guys. I know there's a lot of questions on here, but a lot of questions have been answered already, so we're not gonna go ahead and repeat the whole AMA again. But the question here is, he or she, Smithy Angel says, there's some partnerships that you listed on the website there. Could you elaborate on the partnerships and I guess the importance of them, how they contribute to the project?
Can you repeat the question? I mean, my internet's gonna,
Yeah, so the question is that you guys do have some partnerships listed on your website. If you can elaborate, if you can give us some info on this partnership and how they help with your project.
Yes, like I'm gonna going step by step. And first, the on-chain is like helping us for the NFT collection. And yes, and yeah, we are buying tokens from them, and with a whitelist, we are our holders gonna take it for like a price. And yes, we already give away for 10 people in Splash Tunes for prize, And yeah, also we already give away prize from people who in Elder. Yes. And in this part, we already give away for $1,000. I mean, token equal $1,000. We already give this prize for people, for our partners, their holders, and with our holders, we are going step by step for future. And also Economy buy Subava from us and burn it for their project, their holders. And yeah, like this stuff, we are going our partner step by step for growing our and their project also. Yes, the all partners in our project are also helping our community, and we are going to benefit from our holders. Thank you.
And I would like to add a few things. We're gonna have more partners, especially from centralized exchanges in the future. And as you know, the Elderun and the other team members of the project are helping us to develop our first game. So yeah, just stay tuned and join our community. And we will have more announcements on the way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for the answers there. Yeah, from my take on this is that I think you guys do have a great story to be continued. Um, Again, very short story, a lot of meanings behind it, a lot of depth behind the story, and you don't see that in a lot of these meme tokens nowadays, right? It's pretty much just a dog or an animal, something. That's it. That's all there is to it. So I do like the story behind the meme token. I think that I think we may see a lot more of that actually. And actually that we are launching a project. Has to do with fitness. Which I'm very into fitness, but I think that kind of gives me an idea that I may need to tie a story behind this project here because of you guys. I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah,
And by the way, like you just so like to our story, and we want to like give a gift, like gift from Subava token, for you, for the like story, we
yeah, I
just
appreciate
want
that.
to, yes, make gift for you.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll send you the address and you can send us whatever you want, and maybe we will, uh, also share that with our community as well. We
Yeah.
like to share with our community, so I appreciate that. But yeah, I think the story could be told longer, man. I really think that you continue the story. It's gonna differentiate you guys because I've done a lot of meme coins that isn't a story behind it. It's just a freaking just an animal, right? So I like the story a lot. I think as we move forward, I definitely can see how this can change the meme space. I really think so. I think people's gonna, memes gonna have a story behind it, like a long story behind it. Maybe it will continue out, right? It's almost like watching a Netflix series. Every 5 months, people look forward to watching another one and hear another story. Uh, and it's a great way to engage with the community as well.
Definitely,
But
yeah. It will be great to continue this story. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Again, congrats on winning the Eagles, Dan. That shows me that you guys do have a community as well. And I do have a strong sense that you guys do want to make the project right. And you put a lot of emphasis on transparency and community involvement. So I think you guys do want to, you guys really do want to make this right for the community. And I think, with the hard work and the persistence and the commitment, I think, with the bull market coming up as well, I think it will definitely, I think it's going to reflect ultimately for your effort, for sure. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And if you guys don't have the last word to say, we can go ahead and wrap this up. So after this, guys, actually, you know what? Alihan or Blockchain, usually would like to award one of our listeners a $20 for listening here. You know, I'm not sure how many people we have on here, but if you can go scroll through and pick one winner, that'd be awesome. Just pick any one of them, so that way it doesn't come from me.
Sure. Blockchain, could you please pick one? Would you do that?
Can you ask the question again? I couldn't hear
Yeah,
it.
sure. We're just gonna pick one winner from the chat. It's just before we leave.
Yeah,
We're
just
gonna
pick one.
pick people, right? For a question.
Yeah, just pick one winner right here, listener. We'd like to award one listener a $20, and you just pick one randomly, and you just DM me the person's username, so that way
It's
we'd like
just
to
a
award
random listener, right? Just a
random
random
person.
people.
Yeah, random
Thanks.
person, any
Gracias.
one of them.
Okay, I'm like looking and
Sounds good.
uh,
And while he's doing that, guys, you know he's gonna pick one, and after this, we're gonna go ahead and open up the chat room. I'm gonna pin that TG, okay? Make sure you guys join over there, and we pick one winner there as well. Mike or Johnny will go there and pick one winner, or my team. I'm not sure who's gonna do it. Just for the
okay.
fun of it, right? We're gonna reward
Yeah.
$15 listener, but $10 for random number. 1 to 100, no 1 to 200. 5 guesses only, okay? Make sure you guys join the TG.
I'm just picking a random person, right?
This random person, brother.
Okay, there's a Crypto Island nickname people in our listeners, one of our listeners. There's Crypto Island, and there's
That's
a
good.
island profile picture in it.
Awesome, man. If you can just go ahead and grab the username there, the island, and DM me that name, okay? And we'll make sure
Okay.
to. Thank you so much, guys. Well, thank you guys for being here at USA Crypto Group, and catch you guys on the next one, okay?
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks for this night. This speech. It was great. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it, and we highly recommend you guys to be a holder for Subava.
Sounds good, brother. And I'll DM you a wallet as well. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good one. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.